You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Hey everyone, let's talk about some positive news coming out of Toronto. The Blue Jays are finally seeing movement with Anthony Santander, their big off-season signing who's been sidelined with a tricky left shoulder injury. After months of uncertainty, he has officially started his hitting progression. Now, we're not talking full swings and live games yet. He's currently just working off a tee, but it's the first real sign that things might be turning a corner. Santander hasn't been on the field since May 29th, and the details behind his absence have been more complicated than initially reported. What was first described as left shoulder inflammation actually involved a subluxation, and there have been labrum issues as well. For a team that invested $92.5 million over 5 years to bring him in from the Orioles, it's been a frustrating stretch watching him struggle before the injury and then sit out completely. Before landing on the injured list, he was hitting just .179 with 6 home runs over 50 games. Nowhere near the production the Blue Jays had hoped for when they signed him after a 44 home run season in Baltimore. The team is cautiously optimistic, but the timeline for his return is still very much up in the air. Blue Jays executive John Schneider has laid out a realistic path: a few weeks of gradual ramp-up followed by game action to regain timing and consistency. If all goes well, a return sometime in the second week of September is conceivable. Of course, that depends entirely on how well Santander responds to the rehab process and whether his shoulder holds up once he starts facing live pitching. There's also a bit of a juggling act with other players on the roster. George Springer, who's expected back from a concussion soon, has embraced the designated hitter role and is thriving there. Both he and Santander can play right field, but the team will need to figure out how to balance playing time if Santander comes back strong. Essentially, the Blue Jays want to make sure that when he returns, he's the same slugger they signed, a player capable of making a real impact in the middle of the lineup alongside Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, and Dalton Varsho. Despite a slow start to his career and a tough first half of 2025, Santander has shown in the past that he heats up as the season progresses. The door remains open for him, and Toronto is giving him every opportunity to write a different story this year. It's a cautious optimism, but for a team looking to maximize its roster and contend in the AL East, seeing him take swings again is the kind of news that fans have been waiting for. So keep an eye on the Blue Jays as they continue this crucial stretch of the season. If Santander can return and find his old form, it could completely change the dynamics of the lineup in the final weeks of 2025. Stay subscribed for more videos.